Peju is a terraced campsite with plenty of fresh water and groves of trees perched on the mountainside. The cool shade of the trees makes it a perfect refuge from the scorching sun. So we've arrived at the stream which is just before Forbuste, and the water is pretty fast, and I've taken off my trouser and my shoes, and we are using a rope for safety, improvised. The water was pretty deep, almost waist deep. Shaba, shaba, shaba. Lamochu. मुंह उधर करो फिर सही आओगे और मुंह उधर को करो The camera cannot possibly do justice to the water that falls from the granite structures surrounding Khobuste. To reach Khobuste at 3,800 meters above sea level, I had to endure a very sweltering hot day on the trail. Therefore, without a second thought, I decided to take a dip in the glacial stream that goes through the campsite. The last time I endured the icy cold water at Khobuste was in 2004, and that too because I literally stank as bad as one of many ashtrays at the Lahore railway station. The view of the cathedrals, the Trangos, Peju and Uli Biaho from Khobuste is nothing less than a spectacle. July 8th, 6:55 a.m. and with me is Mr. Shifa from Shimshal, and we've rolled up the camp from Khobuste and we're heading out for Urdukas. It's going to be a short day today, and it's going to be fun. So see you in Urdukas. It was sweltering hot yesterday, but there's still this small glacier just beyond the campsite. "7:51, and what you see in the center of the frame is Broad Peak. Brilliant clear weather on the summit, ideal day for a summit push. And peeking behind the ridge to the right, at the far end of the frame, is Gasherbrum 4. We're gonna see a lot more of that peak as we go on. We've moved down from the moraine and are back on the glacier. What a beautiful sight this is. Not something you see every day. Hanging glaciers and pointy pinnacles. So the terrain is now mostly small boulders and big rocks settled on the Baltoro Glacier. Urdukas is now visible, and I'm guessing around another 20 minutes or so. There is a sharp climb just before the campsite, but this is by far one of the best campsites on the Baltoro. The terrain over here is as if the wind, the rain, and the elements have eaten away the mountainside. Back in 2004, when I came, much of this was still intact. This landslide, this rock slide, or maybe an avalanche, seems to be pretty recent. There is a very steep yet green section just before Urdukas. We roughly gain 150 to 200 meters from the glacier below to arrive at yet another terraced campsite. Set right across the Trango Massif, at 4,000 meters above sea level, Urdukas is a terraced campsite, perched on a very steep mountainside. It houses massive rock boulders and large patches of green. Our camp was at the far end of the campsite, and I had to traverse through dining tents, kitchen tents, and pack mules, still waiting to be unladen. In all the years of my coming to this corner of the planet, I have never witnessed such clear weather over the Trangos, the Peju, and the Ulibiaho while camped at Urdukas. Urdukas has a very dramatic disposition, and like campsites that precede it, the mood is defined by the change in the angle of the sunlight. Early next morning, we had a quick breakfast and were off on our way to Goro 2.
Triangles, more triangles, the big rocks, the big boulders of Urdukas.
As I left Urdukas, the realization hit me that after this there won't be any greenery on the trail, and this would be my last chance to avail the relative comfort of the fiberglass toilets installed by the Mountain Glacier Protection Organization some 15-16 years ago.
So we're off the moraine. It's almost 15-20 minutes into the trail to Goro 2, and the glacier has changed in the sense that we can see more white ice. And this is something that I really want to show you. This phenomenon is called rock mushrooms. So, big rocks on ice, maybe shade, so the ice underneath does not melt while the glacier around keeps on melting at its own pace. So we're gonna see a lot more of these small ones, big ones, beautiful ones, some scary ones. So what you see in the frame is the majestic Gashapram 4, Gashapram 1 peeking from the right shoulder. It's a bit hazy right now, but I'm hoping that it will clear up later in the day. So pretty exciting stuff today for me. This is my third time on the Baltoro, but I've never seen the Mashabram so clear. I've seen it from the other side, from the Hushe, but this is so awesome. The north side is simply beautiful.
Mashabram juts into the sky with an altitude of 7,821 meters and a prominence of 2,457 meters. It is also known as K1, probably because it was the first Karakoram to be mapped. And like a true Karakoram, its jaggedness sends chills down your spine. Another day on the trail and another pack mule train to tag along with. Later in the season, The mule dung becomes a major reason for the high number of flies that persistently bug and pester you on the warmer parts of the trail.
So one of the donkey's mules just fell into this glacial stream. It was a tense moment there, but now all seems good. But this is their livelihood. You can't afford to lose a mule, or a pony for that matter. The weather has been really nice despite the sun. It's a light breeze. Doesn't feel so hot like it was past few days. But despite that, I was wondering if we would ever arrive at Guru 1. So finally we are at Guru 1 and we are to go another couple of hours to Guru 2. Like an old ghost town. This is an old ghost campsite. You will also notice that the debris has changed its color as we get closer to the triangles and the cathedrals. The debris is more yellowish now on the Baltoro. And then if you look to my right side, you'd notice that the white ice is also now coming out more obviously from within the debris.
My excitement before Guru 1 at seeing Mashabram was rather premature because the views I got beyond Guru 1 were spellbinding.
So it's almost 1 p.m. and we are now, the campsite at Guru 2 is in sight. So another 10 minutes, maybe less.
Although we had covered much lesser distance that day, but it was equally tiring because of the effects of the altitude. I was very relieved to finally see the campsite and was hoping that I would find our tents nearby.
I hope I'm going in the right direction, because if this is not the camp, I'm going to have to come back the whole way. Which is going to be a bit of a pain in the behind. So just when you think you're there, you're still gonna push. Blue sky वाले किधर बैठे? Good, good.
Beautiful hike, no?
Yeah.
Very nice.
Good weather today. Up until now. Hello, Javed.
I would like to thank you all for letting me take you along on my journey up to Goro 2. And I look forward to having you all with me at Concordia and beyond in the next episode.